is a second game in a row that you played against Cleveland when things were much better coming out of the locker room in the second half than going in. What did you guys do at halftime in terms of adjustments to make things go smoother in the second half?
We just made plays. I think, that defense is really good. They're really talented. They're coached extremely well. They make a lot of plays. They got good pass rushers, all the things they do. And we knew it was going to be a battle. We knew it was going to be, a tough physical game throughout the game. We just had to answer the call. And defense did a good job of giving us some turnovers. When Keanu got that interception, that was a huge play. And then we go answer. And then I think TJ and Cam and all those guys just did a great job. Alex being back in there. And then offensively, I thought our offensive line did a tremendous job, especially when we got to the second half. We were able to get some real good runs in there and get some big first downs. We went tempo. I thought Arthur Smith did a great job of getting us into plays and getting us into situations as well. And we just took advantage of some of the looks that we had. And they did a good job, just kind of stopping us. We, had some stuff there early and felt like we weren't hitting it as much. And we just, they made some plays. They made some plays early, but I thought that that's an interesting ringtone right there, brother. You got the train ringtone. But I thought that we did a really good job of responding, and I think that's what we've done all year throughout the season.
Russ, your running today, was that just taking also advantage of opportunities, or was that something?
Yeah, I think that it was it was something that they were crowding the box and all that kind of stuff, and we had the run that I pulled in on the third down and short. I think it was 3rd and 2, something like that. Arthur got us to the line. We had a call there, and Miles went down. I ended up pulling it. I tried to cut back and didn't know what was behind me necessarily, so I went down, slid, and just got the first down. And I think down in the red zone, we tried to get the ball to Pat, and they jumped it. So I was going to throw it, but it wasn't there. So just kind of took off, tried to get the first down there, and then we scored. I think the following play, or whatever it was. So those are good things. Obviously, I think that my biggest goal always is get the ball to the right guy at the right time, and also to use my legs when necessary, obviously. And I still feel ready to run and get things done when I need to.
What were they doing early that was taking away whatever you might want to do? Were they taking away the middle of the field, and how did you solve all that? What did you do later?
To be honest with you, I think we just got a little bit crisper. We got a little bit better. I think that it felt like the first half was just both sides of the ball was just kind of, but both teams, was just kind of, the game had to kind of get started a little bit sometimes. That's just, you can't panic in those situations. It's a fourth quarter game for a reason. It's always great when you score in the first quarter and you score multiple times, but if not, let's just score in the second and third and fourth, and let's find a way. We got the best kicker in the world. He had a huge field goal. We got, we drove down the field. Mike made the great catch, I think, a couple plays, and got in field goal range, and I know that was, I think it was 3rd and long. Mike ran an out route, and we hit him to get in the field goal range. That was a big field goal, and then we kind of got hot in the second half. We just came out and just really executed our offense, executed what Arthur wanted us to get to, and I thought that was a good thing. And it was cool to see Van get in the end zone on that play. We went up tempo on that, and then also too, the one later too as well. We hit with Big Pat up the seam, so that was a great job. And I think that. I just, I got to give credit to Arthur, all the stuff we were able to do. I think that a lot of it is, spending time on, film study and what we can see and what we like. And, I think, Pat did a great job at running up the seam. We had a little bit different concept earlier in the week, and we just adjusted it later in the week. And I was like, hey, man, if he runs that seam, he may be wide open. We talked about that. And just those little Friday meetings help, And so we're just, we're always working. We're always trying to find ways to score. And I think when you got a complete team effort, it always helps.
Russ, you bait that play, the touchdown, with looking like you might want to run it, and then you throw it to Pat?
Say it one more time.
I said you kind of bait on that play. It looks like you start to tuck it like you're going to run it, and then you throw it to Pat?
I think you're talking about the one I threw to Van.
I thought on the touchdown to Pat.
Yeah, the one to Pat was just a drop back. We had the out route to the left, and then Pat did a really good job. Such a good job in man-to-man. He does a really good job of isolating guys, and he widened the guy, and ended up catching the touchdown there. That was a good job on the line. And then the one to Van is, I think it's the one you're talking about. It's kind of a, I don't know, it's a little play that we have that there's a lot of options of what we can do. And Van did a good job getting in there.
Russ, 10 players caught the ball last week, 9 different guys this week,
Yeah.
including those back shoulder deep balls to Scotty and Mike. What does it say about this offense that you can keep distributing the football to so many different places?
Yeah, I think the fact that we got so many guys that we can trust. I think, obviously 9 guys caught it this week. Last week, 10 guys. I think that the guy that we're missing was George, to be the 10th. But I just think that, guys, we have so much confidence in everybody. I think how we play together, we're having fun. We're enjoying the process. We're working our tails off every day. It's about winning. It's about that process of that. So we're doing the right things. We got to get better. We got to keep working. But, man, we're having a lot of fun. I think that when you got guys that can step up like Scotty Miller today, which was unbelievable plays by him, made some great plays. I trust him. I have no doubt that he's going to make a great play. And just try to give him a chance and put the ball where only he can get it. Same thing with Big Mike. Obviously we traded for him in a big way. Obviously his first catch as a Pittsburgh Steelers was a touchdown against the Commanders to win the game for us. In a way he kind of helped seal the game this week too, and with some big catches on third down. So there's guys that we trust. Obviously, we want to be able to facilitate the ball to everybody and just make it really hard on the defense.
How big of an adjustment without George? How big of an adjustment without George in the lineup?
Say it one more time.
How big of an adjustment without George in the lineup?
Yeah, obviously, listen, George is, arguably, in my opinion, one of the best receivers in the National Football League. Anytime he's on the field, it's a good thing for us. We love George out there. We were hoping he was going to be able to go, and everything else. But, I think that, the trainers and everybody made the right decision at the last second there. Just, hey, it may not be, we got a lot of season left, and we got a lot more games, and we want him as good as he can be. We don't want something bad to happen to him. So he was hoping to get in there and play.
How does the field come in when you go up tempo?
Say it one more time.
How does the field come in when you go up tempo? Is that a coach's decision, your decision, game time decision? What do you do there?
Yeah, I think Arthur and I have a clear vision of how we want to get up tempo in different moments throughout the game. We have a lot of different packages, a lot of different things that we can do. And so I think we've done a great job of that, so far this year, of how we get to certain situations, certain moments, certain tempo packages. I think it's an advantage to us, get to see what's going on in the defense. Also, too, we get to go fast and snap the ball quick, too, like we did those few times as well, which were some big plays. And we just have so much confidence in what we're doing and how we're doing it. And, we're enjoying that process, and we're going to celebrate this one, but there's more things to do.
Russ, with 4 of these in a row for you now, I think it's safe to say you kind of got your feet wet with AFC North football, and to have a 2-game lead in the division now with a win today and Baltimore being on the bye. How much do you guys value that? How much do you take that into account? 2-game lead for first place with 4 games left.
It just means we're not done yet. We gotta keep responding. We're doing good things, and we want to do great things. So we're looking forward to the opportunity of what's ahead of us. And that's this week. Going to Philly. It's gonna be a great game, great matchup. Been to Philly a bunch. Right where you are, Sal. And so I think it'll be a great matchup. 2 great football teams, AFC and NFC, and we got to respond the right way.
2 more. This team seems real tight.
Yeah.
Does winning do that, or does the tightness create the win?
Yeah, I think, listen, I think it's all of it. All of it correlates. I think the best thing is we got great leadership. Guys that are Hall of Fame players in Cam and TJ. I think that guys like Killebrew, who leads the special teams, and his demeanor. I think just the guys up front, guys like Dan Moore and guys like Big Isaac, guys who have been around the game and been around this football team in a great way. I love how Naj has been stepping up to the plate every day, his leadership, his work ethic. I think all the receivers continue to rise and work in such a way, man. And obviously guys like Pat Fryermuth. I love it when they start screaming "Muth." It's just his he energizes us as a football team, and he does things the right way. He goes about it the right way. There's a lot of guys that I could mention, but I think the other thing to it is I think obviously Coach Tomlin is, in my opinion, the best coach in the National Football League, maybe all of sports, in my opinion. I think how he leads us, how he communicates, his demeanor, his passion for winning and what it takes to win. It's a special thing. It's a special thing, and I can't explain it enough to you guys. How great he is as a leader and the culture here. And I also think too, from an organization standpoint, when you think about it, I think there's been 3 head coaches here. Yeah, since 1969. I mean, that's I don't even know how to explain it. It's a movie in itself. I got to talk with Coach Bill Cowher. I remember I met him. My first time I met him was in 2008 at NC State. He's an NC State guy, and I just remember him talking to us and him talking about. We were about to play UNC, and I just remember him walking in and just my eyes lit up. I just love watching the Pittsburgh Steelers and watching guys like Polamalu, Ben Roethlisberger, and these guys that were all-time greats, and just the defenses. And you know, for me, you know, it's I cherish these moments every day, and every breath, every day is a special day because I get to do it with the right guys, with the highest character, the highest work ethic, and we're just doing it together. And I think that's part of winning. Part of winning is the culture, but it's also our habits, you know, and you know, success leaves clues, and I think we're doing a good job of that.
Last one. What was it like to play in a span of 2.5 weeks against the Browns, coming back from behind in a snowstorm versus having a lead this week in the sunshine? Just how crazy that is, how different the two games were.
Yeah, I mean, I think first of all, you know, going to Cleveland, obviously playing there, a tough environment, a great game. We felt like we could have won that game. Obviously, we took the lead with about 5 minutes to go, whatever it was. We got the ball back with 4 minutes to go, and we feel like we, as an offense, we got to close that out. Unfortunately, we didn't. This time we were able to. We were able to respond in a great way in the second half and close out the game, and I think our defense responded in a great way. So, you know, anytime you're playing a division rival, especially within 12 days or whatever it is, it's always challenging because they know you and you know them, but it also makes it fun, especially when you're on the winning column.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
We got Cam right here.
I didn't see what the final number was in yards per attempt for Jameis, but I think at one point in the third it was something like 4.5. What you guys do so well to keep a lid on things, even at times if they're maybe moving the ball in little bites?
You know, we got turnovers. I thought Keanu's interception was big. Obviously, JP's interception. You know, surrendering 14 points is always huge, and you know, I know they got some yards there in the second half, but I thought it was a good job of just early on the touchdown they had. Jameis, you know, went up the middle, got a big completion, but other than that, I thought we did a pretty good job of bottling up, not letting the extended plays beat us.
What adjustments did you have to make to keep those escape lanes closed out after that point?
You know, I think it was, you know, a coordinated rush, you know, outsides, not getting too far afield, you know, inside pressure, you know, understanding you might have two gaps instead of one. You know, that's all got to be talked about. You got to run coordinated games along with it. I thought we did a pretty good job of that today.
Cam, is Keanu showing off a game ball in there, or
game ball? It's just one interception. If that's the case, you know, I'm waiting on mine. I've never got one for that, but you know, a heck of a play. Great awareness. You know, just to track it down the line. It wasn't like it was, you know, popped in the air or anything, but can't say enough about the kid. He works his tail off, and I know he wants big plays all the time, but you know, it was a big play for us in this game, and luckily to have that kid on our sideline.
Yeah, how did you balance knowing the way they threw the ball last week, but always knowing you want to and have to stop Nick Chubb?
It starts with Mr. Chubb, and we have a lot of respect for what he's done. And so, you know, going to the game, you have to constantly think about him before you can even get to the pass. You know, but we've seen in the weeks, you know, the past couple weeks, Jameis has been on fire, you know, having, 500 yards, I think, passing last week. So for us, it's, you know, you got to stop the run early, and then, you know, make sure it's tougher long down and distance, so they can't just, you know, throw it quickly to Njoku, because he's been a great key for them on quick passes.
Yeah, I know it's important to beat your division teams, but how much pride do you take in the fact that you guys 5-1 last year, 3-1 so far this year?
I don't take pride in it. I just think, you know, it's AFC North football. You have to win these games. There's a sense of urgency in our locker room. We don't overlook anybody. We understand we got to play up to it. You know, they got the job done last time. But it wasn't about getting revenge or anything. It was about, we need to get back to playing our football. We need to get, you know, singular focused and, you know, execute better.
What does it do for the defense when you're at full strength with Alex coming back?
I think you know, having Alex back, it just, besides the depth factor, you know, it's another guy who can go for 10 sacks any season. And you have to prepare for TJ, you know, Alex, Nick Herbig, and Preston as well. Their resumes speak for themselves, and I know those tackles are just, their heads are spinning trying to keep up with all those guys.
Cam, you have 8 sacks for the season, 88 for your career. Do you have a goal?
More.
Cam, your thoughts on just you and specifically Highsmith as well, the ability to just keep that pressure on Winston throughout the game?
I think you just, it might not have been the first move, but I think it's just being active. I thought a lot of times, it might be extended, but we were able to just bottle up the rush and where he couldn't find the escape lane. I was beating my head after that first one he got, but I thought we, really cleaned it up after that.
You've been a leader in this organization for a long time. Do you feel like there's something different about this team and how it's carried itself through the ups and downs of the season?
I think we just have a complete team. We have a team that's complementary of everybody. I'm not saying that against the teams we've had in the past, but you can look at the time of possession on the offensive side of the ball. You can look at the big special teams plays. You can look at the defensive big plays as well. All 3 facets. There's playmakers. There's guys that can take over a game, and we need it week in and week out. But we have the guys to do it.
Cam, you get any extra juice playing in front of your old defensive coordinator, and are you out there reminding yourself of any things he used to teach you?
Well, I got to see them Saturday, and so Coach LeBeau, we were talking about, he was texting me last year during the season, just trying to keep my head up. I still talk to him to this day, and so I'm thankful for that relationship. I'm thankful that I got to have a DC who was at Ohio State as well, and I was just thankful to be in the room when he was around. And so also watching a guy like Casey Hampton, a leader, a glue guy, watching those guys go into the Hall of Honor, you got to play good in front of that crowd. And so, we relish that moment. But, I'm just thankful to have known those guys and been a part of something special.
Did you get a chance to talk to Casey Hampton today at all?
I ran after him before the game and surprised him. He's a little bit more smaller now, so it's harder to find him. But it's always good to see him. It was very surprising to see that new jacket he got. I'm trying to figure out what size he got, because if they got it from the one when he was still playing, it'd be 4 times bigger.
Is he giving Keanu any coverage tips?
No, they ain't drop Hamp a lot.
Said this morning that he thinks this is some of the best football you've played in your career. Why do you think you've been able to do 2 sacks today, obviously? Why do you think you've been able to keep it up for so long?
I think for me, there's more to improve on, more to keep going after. There's a hunger for me that I'm not satisfied for what I've done in the past, and I expect a lot more of myself.
Cam, you mentioned complementary football. Is there a feeling right now that even if there's a slow start, that eventually Russ and this offense is going to find a way to get stuff done?
I think so. And then, with that, what can the defense do? Can we provide short fields? Can we get turnovers? That all comes together. We're just asking for 7 each time. If we can get 7 from them every drive, that's a match made in heaven. But we'll keep striving for that.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, questions for DeShon?
DeShon, after that first touchdown, it seemed like you guys were kind of lined up consistently wherever they were trying to go. What adjustments did you guys make in the secondary to take away what they were trying to do?
We were just playing our brand of football. That first touchdown was just a play breakdown. We got to plaster. We got to be technically sound. And that one play we weren't. And after that, we were like, okay, let's get back to it. We felt like going into this game, it was very important to us just to make sure we didn't make the same mistakes from last time. I think we went out there and played efficiently.
Sean, what do you think it is when this defense has so many different players make plays?
Sorry, what'd you say?
Why do you think it is with this defense so many different players make, even in this game, so many different players make impact plays?
We got the guys. We've been doing this since Latrobe. We built these building blocks for weeks and months on hand, and I feel like if we play together, we can be a great defense. we got the guys up front, and it starts there. It starts with their bigs. If their bigs are having a great game, then everyone else it makes everyone else's job easier. We have great linebackers, and we have technically sound and playmaking secondary. So once we keep going, we can be a great defense. I think we will be a great defense. We just haven't shown it fully yet, but once we put a complete game together, everyone will see that.
How exciting is it when a guy like Keanu gets an interception?
It was cool. You know, I'm in the back. I was in the post on that play, so seeing the screen happen and seeing him put his hands up and catch it, I was like, oh shoot, I didn't know he was that athletic. Like, he's had a lot of PBUs this year, obviously, because he's a great player, but I just didn't know he had those ball skills too. He was trying to get out of there too, and I think the running back was trying to make him fumble. So great ball security. I'm really proud of Keanu. I think this is second year. So seeing the growth he's had over the year, this whole year, and watching the tape from last year, something up for him.
Sean, what does that 3 outside linebacker set that you guys had today allow you to do as a defense? Does it open up the packages a little bit on third down specifically?
We have so much depth. Our first string and second string guys, we have a lot of talent. So we're just trying to figure out a way to get everybody on the field, and that really confuses offenses. Like, they don't know like what to do because they've never played against somebody with this much talent. Like, we have Highsmith, we have 91, we have Herb, and we have TJ, and freaking Cam at 45 years old is out there getting 2 sacks a game. Like, that's crazy.
DeShon, I know you guys talking about a week, not a get-back game, but a get-right. But is there still some satisfaction in avenging that loss from a couple of weeks ago?
I would say yes, because when you are better than the team and you know you're better than the team and you go in there and you lay a big old goose egg on a Thursday night game, it really sucks. But at the same time, it was not a get-back game. It was, like I said, just for us to fix those things that we know we are good at and things that we shouldn't happen in the first place. So it felt good, and not just because of that, but also it's a divisional game. With that, I think we might be another game and a half ahead in the division, and these next 4 weeks is important. So you just got to take it one game at a time. It's on the Philly.
What about your defense allows you to make those adjustments in game when you guys can just say like, hey, this is what we're messing up, let's fix this, and then you deliver the performance you did for the rest of it?
I mean, everyone's smart. Everyone on the defense is savvy. We blend well together. We've been doing this for months, man. So if you can't make in-game adjustments, then how great can you be? And everybody's always on one page. And also another thing is like being an interchangeable part. Being able to play multiple positions is also something that guys can do. So I'm really proud of the guys. I'm proud of how we played, the adversity we've had over the year. And, man, this run's going to be cool.
After running the gauntlet of the AFC North, how much are you looking forward to playing against the Eagles, and what type of challenge do Hurts and Barkley present for you guys?
Great team. Offensive, defensively, they have a possible Offensive Player of the Year, a possible MVP at running back. Jalen's been doing it at a high level for years. A.J. Brown's out there. The Goddard. Like, honestly, this is a heavyweight matchup. So we can go back to the drawing board and prepare. You know, NFC is not a cakewalk, especially not the Philadelphia Eagles. So we'll see.
What can you say about James Pierre coming in and making that interception?
Jamie's had a great week of practice. He has a great week of practice every week, actually. So that's just the football guys rewarding him for his hard work and the things he's done over the year. I think he got here like week 3, week 4, but since I've been knowing him, he brings great energy, great player, great person, great man. So it's really cool to see him reap what he sows.
Let's do one more.
You guys got, within 11 days, 3 of the best teams in the league coming up next in your schedule. Were you aware of that, and how much are you looking forward to?
We know it now. We've been knowing it for the last couple of weeks, but sure, you got to line up and play. It's just going to show us how good we can be. There's no excuses, obviously. The league makes the schedule. You can't do anything about it. Depending on the flags that happen today, I feel like the league kind of hates us already, man. So it's all right. We're going to go out here. We're going to play those games. We're going to work our butts off and hopefully go out and be 3-0.
All right, thanks.
God bless. Y'all take care.